Peace, beautiful people. It is I, Shogun K, back like broad straps and 4 flats on a Cadillac. Sheesh, I'm here with it. Today I'm back with another reaction video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content. It helps your boy out, and it's free 99. Free 99. We're gonna be reacting to No Fugazi podcast. The title is "The Angry Girl Rage Quits After Cooley Defeats Her Flawed Logic." So we're gonna tune in and see if we can identify who this person is with flawed logic before we get to the whole rage quit. All right, let's see what it's hitting on. You can watch the full episode on No Fugazi podcast. Make sure you tune in. Peace.
And what about you? You could put your mic a little closer.
Excuse me. Well, I think it's about narrative, really. Like, if she's like, honestly, because I believe in art, right?
Wait, narrative?
Yeah, narrative. Like, if it's for a movie or something, like if you're trying to explain something, but not that.
No, this ain't for the movie.
It's for. It's for. It could be for multiple things, but the main thing, like the point of this is for like she's gonna be
okay, wait, but at the same time though, you got to think about it. What if she's an artist? Though, what if my daughter comes up? Not doing it, but like if she, like for instance, I get you trying to cut me down, but you're not letting me talk though.
Yeah, let her finish.
Like Greek art, you know what I'm saying? You go to a museum, you're gonna see naked bodies. Look, I'm an artist. I don't care what the what my parents gotta say, because it's for the sake of art. It's for the sake of a story. If a story is being told, sure. No, I don't want my whole thing out there. But if
stop right here. All right. So if y'all didn't catch that, I guess we're picking up in the conversation where they're talking about OF content, OnlyFans content. And I guess he's taking a stance to defend it, to say, well, what if you're on there doing art, exposing your body in an art way, right? So I'm guessing the topic is nudity and whether it's cool or not. And they got to the OnlyFans bridge. Whereas I'm going to tell you right now, defending this stance to say, oh, the small amount of people on there, the less than 5% that utilize the platform for what she's talking about, don't even matter. Because if the majority... the majority of people know, when you think of OnlyFans, you think of something busting it wide open. That's what you think about. You don't think about somebody coming on there for art purposes. You thinking about seeing some cakes, some yammy, some, you feel me, some whatever they got to offer in the porn industry. You gonna expect to see that on OnlyFans, I'm assuming. I mean, that's just the reputation it has. You know what I mean? I know it's a very small percentage of people that use it for other stuff. The majority brand though is for busting that thing wide open.
like, you know, those scenes in a movie where it's like, you know, they're doing something. Okay. I'd be like, girl, yeah, because women's sensuality is sacred. People think that how a girl acts in bed is like nasty, then you got a problem.
If
like
it's
for sacred. Yeah, it's sacred.
So question for you. If it is sacred.
Yes, totally.
Sacred and storytelling is two different things.
No,
so,
any story is sacred. Whether it's down.
No, every story is not sacred. Maybe you don't understand maybe you're using the wrong word. Not sacred. Sacred is something that's set apart and that's has an appreciation value and that you don't want everybody to have access to. That's something sacred. So storytelling and sacred are not the same thing.
Bad
do you know what
is
sacred means?
Yes, I do, sir.
Okay, what does sacred mean?
I've seen dark things and seen how God flipped it. God be in the darkness.
I'm asking you maybe you're just using the wrong word and I'm not understanding you right.
Okay, sorry.
What does sacred mean?
Okay, what sacred means, sorry, I'm Dominican, so I be getting pumped up. Let me calm down. Sacred was sacred.
All right, if that got you pumped up, I can already tell this is going to be the rage queen right here. My money on her right here, man. If that got you pumped up, talking about OnlyFans and whether nudity is sacred or not, and debating the definition of sacred, this finna turn up.
Is holiness, right? So no matter what, you are protected. Like you are. Do you think God forsakes people's stories? Every story is sacred. Even a it's like, why are they like that? Why? Nobody wants to see why.
And remember, use grape if you use the R word. All right, well, let's just get to the point of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, how I use the sacred, you're using it wrong. Sacred means that it's like, you know, what are things that's sacred that you keep?
It's deeper than that, bro.
Away from people. You keep it to yourself. It's sacred. You don't want other people to have it, or if they do have it, you want
that's precious.
A person that you value to have it. You get what I'm saying? No, that's not precious. That's sacred. It has high importance and value to you.
You don't think that's the darkest times that somebody's in is the most.
Whoa. You're not even gonna let him land his plane. You're gonna just start jabbing in, saying no, and then giving your opinion before he can land his plane. Crazy work.
sacred time.
Stop.
Because they're never going to forget that moment that was down bad.
Don't do that. You know the rules of the podcast. So once again, we're just having a discussion.
Sorry.
Relax a little bit. It's okay.
And you're really not sorry because you're doing it on purpose because you really don't care. You don't give a fuck. You don't. That's why you cutting them off. And that's why you're so triggered already. You're triggered. You're in your emotional bag 100. You got that Mary Poppins bag full of emotion. You ever seen Mary Poppins when she keep digging in that bag? That's what you got. A whole bag full of emotions and you're triggered and you're going through that bag already.
Nothing. Yeah, we're just talking. We're not even speaking about you. This is a hypothetical. So
it's just I get pumped up for God.
I got you. It's fine. It's a hypothetical. We're not speaking about you. We're in La La Land speaking about
I get it.
A 20-year-old daughter that's saying, "Hey, mommy, should I have a?"
It wouldn't be. I said.
God, listen. I'll break it down to you. Right? We just trying to understand what you're saying. You said sacred. That isn't the right word to use.
Those who don't know, earth angels.
If your daughter is,
and she still will not let him speak. This is crazy.
Sacred to you, and her body is sacred. Your daughter's body is sacred. You don't want other people. You don't want the public viewing what's sacred. So you think
Frida Kahlo's mom is mad at her? Unless she's jealous. Unless she's jealous.
What
Frida Kahlo. She's an artist. She's a Hispanic Mexican artist. The one with the unibrow.
Don't know who that is. What does she do? We could go with the convo.
She's an artist, and her art is very deep. She's naked. She has her boobs out.
Herself.
No, it's a story. It's like things happen to her. Like she got blood and stuff.
I got
all
you
this.
Real quick. Does she sexualize herself?
It's not that you're doing it like.
Answer the question.
No.
Okay.
No.
So
the answer is no.
If she's showing her body out, right? Whether if it's paint on it, even showing cleavage, even where girls wear high heels, even where girls wear makeup.
Yeah.
You know what makeup is, and eyelashes and all of these other things. Why do girls put the red blush on their cheeks? Well, how does a woman look when they're aroused and are getting ready to have sex? Their cheeks blush up. So all of this is the sexualize the woman. Makeup, high heels, showing your cleavage, wearing the high skirts.
Satan tried to take it, though.
Listen, mama. That is all sexual. So this person that you're speaking about...
You had to get back up because girls love to look good and it's holy.
Yo, I can see why she finna go into a rage, bro. She can't be quiet for a minute. You can't be quiet and let somebody land a plane. You're not even listening to understand. You are just hearing to argue. You're not even listening to understand what he's saying. You won't even let him land his plane. And he the host of the show. Y'all got to start weeding him out before they get on the show, man.
Speaking about...
Sorry, because
she sexualizes herself. That's what I'm saying. So if you yourself and is out to the public, it isn't sacred.
See, look, Brown Hoodie loves to talk more than she listens, giving inability to comprehend simple concepts. See, the people watching can tell what's going on. Just like I'm giving you this reaction in real time, somebody donated $5 or $4.99 just to throw that comment up there.
Okay, so you think like...
for the streets.
Not like you out here just...
It is true.
Like just out there doing it to do it. Like if there's a story, if you're trying to help people make love or something, like you make clips where it's like... I'm like... That's where the father needs to let go. Let go. Your daughter is... Parents need to learn how to let go. That's why a lot of your kids... A lot of parents are narcissistic. First of all, a lot of parents are narcissistic. They don't even mean it, but they are. You need to let go of your child and let them develop their story.
Hold on. So when your daughter or your son wants to say, I would like to express myself through prostitution, you supposed to just let go and let them create their own story? No, ma'am. I disagree. 100%. No, you don't let them fail in life at decisions that they're not making that are good for their future. You know, you give them the best advice. You try to mold them to set them on the right path that's going to be the most fruitful for their journey. You don't let them just go down the wrong path and figure it out. Then they may as well not even have parents for that. That's crazy.
Usually a lot of those women who sexualize themselves
it's not sexualized what I'm talking about. I stop saying that word though.
It is sexualized.
Who sexualize themselves.
Okay.
Or
I want to see this chat.
Post half naked stuff. Usually their father isn't in their lives.
Wait, can I? I'm not talking about doing all that though.
But the majority
we're talking about acting.
But what we're specifically talking about is women who post naked
That's different.
That's different. On OnlyFans.
That'd be
for
like
money.
Bae,
That's
okay.
what we're talking.
She will not let nobody speak without interrupting. Can you imagine having a conversation with her in a relationship, but the person won't let you get a word in. You can't land a thought, land a plane. You can't sail a boat. None of that. You can't form a bridge. None of that, bro.
I'd be like, babe,
No.
look, that's if you're thinking about that, I highly don't suggest to do that.
There we go.
Here we go. Yeah, no, because I'm ready. Because I like to spit facts as much as possible because people get
You
it
were
twisted.
just saying something different though.
But yeah, because that was about real stuff though, because it was getting twisted, but
Now
it
I
was
have a
about real
question for
stuff.
you. All right, so what's the
I would
difference?
advise her not to. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
Now I have a
If
question
it's
for that.
porn.
So what's the difference between
Wait, time out. Hold that real quick.
Okay.
What you just said, nothing makes sense.
No, there's
Stop
two
it real
different
quick.
things.
Listen, because I want to
Different.
make sure I understand you.
Yes.
The way you're speaking about sacred and women sexualizing themselves, you're speaking about, well, if it's art, if an actor is doing things, I'm listening to you very deep listening
That's
to you.
good. That's
You're
good.
speaking like if an actor is doing things and she's acting and it's a sex scene or something like that. Well, that's not really sexualizing themselves. That's art. That's something that's sacred. They're doing something sacred. If a woman paints her body in all paint and she's showing things, well, that's not really sexual. That's
Think in the
sacred.
garden.
Listen, I want you to understand.
You're not sorry. You just have no control, no self-control. And we got to stop using this whole, oh, I'm Dominican, oh, I'm black, so, oh, I'm Puerto Rican, oh, I come from here. Oh, that's not no excuse for having self-control as an adult. You got to learn, it's an old saying. A wise person once said, and for those that didn't understand that, I'm going to say it again. A wise person once said, you feel me? So, yeah, come on. We got to stop using those excuses, man. Gain some self-control over yourself. It's okay for people to disagree with you. You can understand somebody and completely not agree with their position and their premise. But I can understand where people come from. And it's okay to have different opinions and perspectives.
Manning
You
what
I'm
you're
sorry.
saying, so
I'm
you
sorry.
understand what I'm saying. So then, what I'm going to say, I want you to listen.
Yes, go.
Got it. So you're saying all of these things that women, well, as long as if she has an OnlyFans, but it's her art, right? Then it's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm telling you that even if it's art, it's still sexualizing herself. Niggas get aroused. Niggas beat they meat off of hardly anything to regular pictures that y'all post on Instagram. It's sexualizing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So if anything your daughter does on the internet showing any type of sexuality, it is still sexualizing herself. So if she has an fans in the context of what we're speaking about, she would actually be, showing nudes and maybe doing some sexual things on OnlyFans. Now you said no to it, but prior to this, it was a contradiction because you were saying, well, if it's art, I'm okay with it. Now I'm saying that, let's say that your daughter comes to you and says, this is my art. This is something that I want to do. I think it's artistic for me to show my boobs.
She frames
No,
it like
listen,
that. Oh.
I think it's artistic for me to have 5 dudes rail me at the same time on fans. Mommy, it's an art. Yeah. I'm expressing myself.
I'd be like, why
Would
are you
still
doing
say
this?
it's sacred?
See, I'd
be like, why?
Exactly.
See, I was just saying that. Now the position changes, right? Now it's no longer art. Now it's about they should be able to walk. First, you're like, oh, they should be able to, do this and tell the story, and God don't reject nobody's story, and this, that, and the third, and you got to let go if you a parent. But listen to the circumstances now. If you really start letting go, you're not being a parent. You feel what I'm saying? Not a good parent. We can't just let our kids go down any path and have them figure it out like that. Nah, we got to set them up for success. You feel me?
It's
So you were
different.
speaking in circles then.
No. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Pause, because my OnlyFans is nowhere near nothing like that.
We're not talking about-
I'm not saying, but like, why I gotta be that deep?
But since you want to bring
Yeah.
God into it,
Are you, ma'am, is your OnlyFans taking explicit photos? Is you doing adult content? Maybe you're not having a gangbang going on, but are you doing adult content? Because that's the point he's making.
It's not for women. It's not always
some of them
objectified.
is-
You know what I'm saying?
but if you're gonna bring God into
Men
it,
can
God doesn't
easily
want
objectify.
women.
Women don't.
If you want to
naturally.
bring God into it, God doesn't want women being naked. Period.
Women,
Whether-
women hold
because-
sensuality.
Okay,
Sensuality
but
comes
just-
from women. Do you know that?
Even if
spiritually?
society views it as art, if she's naked, since you want to bring God into it, God doesn't view it as art if she's naked.
What's the highest praise to God is a man, the man and the woman having sex. That's where babies are made. That's where heaven
having
comes
sex,
to earth.
not walking around exposing yourself to the world
No,
naked. That's what I'm talking
but
about.
if you're telling,
Before
I'm
we
talking
had
about a
COVID.
movie. What do y'all not understand? Like if it's
that
a
too,
movie, like
that too, that's still
Stop. A movie is not a movie to God. I'm gonna say my opinion on that. I don't know for sure, right? But if you are, let me just say it like this. You're trying to say, oh, because it's a movie, it's okay to do certain things. I don't think that's the case. If you're in a movie doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, even though you're portraying a story, that doesn't make it okay to do so. So like if you're in a movie and you're burning crosses, you know what I'm saying, and you're killing people for the faith, this, that, and the third, the message of the movie is not something that probably God is rocking with. Like, yeah, I'm okay with that because it was a movie. I don't think so. Now, is he gonna hold you liable because you played a role in the movie? I don't think so either, right? But it's certain things. If you in a movie getting butt naked, you know what I'm saying, and you're sexualizing, we live in an economy, in a society, not economy, in a society where we understand that sex sells and everything, even to our commercials these days. You know what I'm saying? Sex sells and it's rampant, it's everything because this society is so sexualized. It is. It's driven off of that. Drama and sex, you know, money, drama, and sex sells. That's what it is. And so if you are getting naked on OnlyFans, or if you're presenting yourself in movies getting naked, you are sexualizing yourself. You know, I'm not looking down on nobody for doing that. That just is what it is. Some people got to use their best assets to get, to get where they need to be in life. And I ain't mad at that.
So you're mad at these actresses?
I'm not mad
for
at
telling
anybody.
a deep story, not a stupid story.
Okay, let's just do hypothetical,
yes.
right? And then we gotta move on. Hold your question. You got a daughter. She's 20 years old. Would you want her to? Which one would you prefer? Mm-hmm. Only of her having sex with men, or if she's not having sex with men, what were you doing on OnlyFans? Pictures, twerking videos. Oh, your mic is this way, twisted.
Sorry, yes. It was just pictures, twerking videos. Probably.
Okay, pictures, naked.
It was just not. Now you're not sure. It was just like pictures and twerking videos. Now she didn't expose what kind of pictures. Were they naked pictures? Let's be 100. Was you on? Because if you get into the bag on OnlyFans, you probably taking some explicit photos. Throwing that thing back in the thong or no drawers, whatever you doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's adult content though. I guarantee you, it's not something you would want your kids to show to their friends as art. Like she's trying to say, the other girl trying to say. You know what I'm saying? You want to see mommy throwing that ass back for art?
Here's twerking videos on. And so let's just, they're not even going to do the extreme. Let's do the minimum. Mm-hmm. So one of them is only pictures and twerking. The other one is she's a lawyer. What would you prefer your daughter to go? Which field?
Well, I think
stop. The fact that you got to think about, do I want my daughter to be on OnlyFans twerking, taking sexy photos, exposing her body, sexualizing herself, or becoming a lawyer? There's no thought to that. I don't have to sit back and debate in my mind which one I want my daughter to do. Clearly, I'd rather her be a lawyer where she can make money doing something she loves to do without having to expose herself and take her clothes off. That ain't rocket science. You're trying to find. See, when I said earlier, you're not listening to understand. You're hearing to rebut. That's why you had to think about that. Well, let me think. Well, if I present it this way, no, we ain't got to do all that. Clearly, you want her to be the lawyer over the OnlyFans content creator. That's just it for your daughter. That's just it.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get mad with what I say, but I'm gonna try and keep it very simple.
Let's say a doctor.
I would obviously want her not to be selling her body. There's a difference.
Just pick one.
Yeah,
let's
lawyer.
not even go to it.
Lawyer.
You got okay. So lawyer.
Yeah.
There we go. So I mean,
absolutely.
Can I just say that even having an OnlyFans link in your bio
look crazy?
Yeah,
it'd be looking crazy.
Not to be like disrespectful. It's not, but it's just people going.
I don't know. Why are you looking at her like that? That's true. Like I said earlier, there's a very small percentage of people on OnlyFans that do stuff that is not adult content. However, the brand of OnlyFans is adult content. When they see OnlyFans link, people automatically assume that what you're finna get is some explicit content, adult content. That's just what it is. And you knew that before you even got on the platform because everybody knew what OnlyFans was for and what it is for today. Come on now.
That link because they're like, ooh, what they got on there.
Exactly.
They know what it's
that's
for.
exactly.
So just the idea
the
of
stigma
it
of
is right. The stigma is
that's
like
what I'm saying. It's different than a movie. I don't know why.
Right, but people aren't gonna click that link to watch your daughter's movie. And
that's
she's
why
an
I said
actress.
no.
They're gonna click that link because they think she's throwing it back.
Right. That's why I said no to that.
So just like you said, the stigma of it.
Yeah, it's definitely a stigma. And chat, all the girls answer, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think so.
One thing, chat, and ladies. You had something?
No. I was like, did she answer?
Yeah, everyone answered. It's funny how we only had 3 ladies now. 3 said no, full no to it. But then we had 4 ladies that really didn't give an answer. It was kind of just like, well, she's an adult. You know, she can do what she wants. It's kind of like whatever. And this is why it's so important for children to be raised in a nuclear family with a father around. Because, yeah, mothers have that like unconditional love almost. It's like, don't matter what you do, I'm going to love you no matter what. The father is still going to love you as well, but it's like, it's not no matter what you do. Like, I'm going to advise my daughter and my son not to do degenerate things that's going to put them in a bad situation, ruin their name, and ruin our family name. So fathers is there to keep their daughters off of stripper poles and their sons out of prison. It's kind of just what it is. Fathers instill certain things into the kids, disciplinarian traits into the kids, so they know like right from wrong and, you know, not to really go down certain paths. And also you got to think about it. Fathers is there for mental stability, right? The mother and the father, what do all human beings kind of experience? All human beings, we experience depression is when you're thinking about the past, and anxiety is when you're thinking about the future, right? So the mother is always going to love you. Let's say if the kid is doing something like playing basketball, but he misses the game-winning shot. The mother's going to be like, baby, I love you. It's okay. No matter what you did, it's okay. I love you. So what that is doing subconsciously to the kid is helping the kid not to fall into depression by thinking about the past. Like, oh, Dan, I had a bad game. Like, Dan, I'm dwelling on this. But the mother is there to coddle the kid and say, no, baby, I love you despite how you did, right? The father is there to help the kid not experience anxiety. Anxiety is thinking about the future. The kid would be thinking about, dang, when I go to practice, then the coach going to be doing this, or how I'm going to do the next game. The father is there to say, listen, you need to do better, right? And here's what you can do to do better. So the father gives the kid a plan so they don't experience dwelling in the future and having anxiety. Makes sense?
That does make sense. And let me just say this right quick, man. Before y'all get it twisted, I don't care what nobody say. We need each other. You know, your kids are going to thrive the best in a 2-parent household with a mother and father. We need each other. I know a lot of this content back and forth, all the argument online about what role they play and who needs who. And some women say men ain't shit. Some men saying women ain't shit. Bottom line is we need each other equally. We need each other. Flat out. We have different roles we play. We provide different support systems for our children and for each other. And we need each other. Flat out.
It's like it's there. A nuclear family, a good father and a good mother is there for the kid's mental health. You know what I'm saying? So like you need it. It's just not even like the finances and stuff. The finances definitely help, but it's like that mental stability. Make sense? All right, cool. Ladies like, all right, nigga, stop preaching.
No, that was good. That was good. Say, you
I
should
hope you understood it, but no, it's true. All right, we got, actually, let's get to your question.
Okay, circling back to what we talked about, I want everyone to answer.
Yeah.
Do y'all think that nudity always equals sexual?
No.
Let's go with the girls. Start with you.
It's not supposed to, but yeah. 2024, yeah.
Perfect answer. That's a tricky question because you're posing it because I bet you're gonna try to say something silly like, well, what if I have to take a shower and I get undressed? Is that sexual? You're gonna say something stupid like that. No, nudity is not always supposed to be something sexual. However, the intent behind the nudity and how society views it is what's going to determine whether it's sexualized or not. And in most cases, nudity in the public is sexualized.
And you?
Or in the private of your own home on the internet. Public viewing of nudity is going to be sexualized, for sure. Even with the women who are breastfeeding, you know what I'm saying? Like the woman breastfeeding her child in public, you have the right to breastfeed your baby for sure. Do you have to just pull your whole titty out in front of a bunch of people? Probably not. You probably could put a blanket over top and make sure that you're not exposed to the world. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people who will see that breast and in today's society, they'll sexualize them like them titties big, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean? So even that could be looked at, you know, weirdly, but it's not supposed to, but it just the society we live in, when we're just so what's the word for it? It's a word that you use when the society is saturated with sexual activity. We just thrive on it, pretty much.
I was gonna say no until she just said that. But yeah, nowadays everybody views everything very sexually, but yeah, not supposed to.
Let me fix your mic. Make it a little better. I got you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because I'm trying to adjust it. There you go. I was gonna say no, but yeah, in this day and age, everyone does view everything sexually when it shouldn't be. And I also feel like some movies and stuff, like they just do a lot of just weird things with kids. Like, why they got that on for?
True.
I get what you guys
they
are saying,
shouldn't
but I
have
just
that.
mean like, okay, like more like simpler. Like every time that somebody's basically like naked, is that always a sexual intention type
No.
shit? Like that other people can see it and blah blah blah. Is it always?
She means it like in general, like nakedness in general.
If
Is that
if
sexual?
somebody's naked in front of you, is it always?
Is
Oh,
it, yeah.
no.
Is it always sexual?
No.
No.
Nope.
Why would somebody be naked in front of you? See, you're gonna circle around with something crazy to say. First of all, why are you naked in front of me? That's the first question. Why are you naked in front of me?
Okay.
Wait, but why was hold on?
Because I'm not done to answer this
Wait,
question, so I don't know why
is-
they asked y'all first.
Hold on. Is
It's so
You said you wanted everybody to answer when you started the question. You said, I have a question and I want everyone to answer.
Is
It
it
was for them.
sexual? Okay, if somebody's standing in front of me, am I like? Are you asking if I'm
Like if
looking at it
somebody's
sexually?
naked in front of you, is it always sexual to you? Or do you think that people's intentions of being naked are just always sexual?
yeah. And ladies,
Why would someone be getting naked in front of you if their intent were not for you to see them and to sexualize them? I don't see why they. You're gonna try to say something real crazy like the breastfeeding thing, or like if I'm jumping in the shower real quick and you were right there, you're gonna say something crazy like that.
24
answer-
now, maybe.
and to help y'all answer questions, don't think subjectively, like about how your like own little view. Think objectively, like outside of you, what other
general.
people experience. So in general, so same answer, no.
Yes, no.
Got it. What about you?
No.
No. And you?
No.
You?
No, it goes back to like art, you know.
Your whole art analogy thing.
Not because I'm fully agreeing with her, and
Okay.
that's why I asked that.
Let's go with you.
Nah.
Okay. And you, what you
And
think?
clearly,
It,
I think it's not.
you think it's not
What do y'all
ease?
think?
You can go first on this one.
What was the question? If
Is
Ease, what do you-
nudity always sexual?
is nudity? Yes, I think so, because when a man or a woman is getting naked, there's always a sexual intent behind it. You know what I'm saying?
So when you go to the
What's
doctor,
wrong
it's
with that?
sexual.
Damn.
Like
What I told y'all, she was gonna try to say something stupid like that. And no disrespect to you, that premise is stupid. Clearly, we're not talking about you having to go to the doctor for a physical and a checkup where you have to get naked. That's a have to. That's not someone intent to get naked in front of them just to get naked in front of them. It's because for health reasons they're going through an inspection. So that's not even the same ballpark. But I knew this question was lined up to come around to something dumb like that.
Because you're getting checked for health reasons.
exactly. So,
So
it's
you're
not-
naked,
so,
though.
Exactly. So if they got to look at your
Okay,
Wiener,
but like
like-
if you're standing in front of me naked, I'm not no f***ing doctor.
no, but I'm just saying though, is
Like-
nudity always sexual though? But I'm just saying that people could look at your body naked for different reasons.
Okay, but
other
if you're in
than
the hospital,
sexual
that's
attention.
different. They have
but I'm
to. You
just
have
saying
to
that-
because
But in
you have a
general, you're
health
naked.
issue.
though.
you gotta-
In general, you're naked, so it's nudity. So speaking from
Doctors are
that,
still
In a
regular
hospital
people.
setting, no, you're not. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
But
No,
doctors are
you're
still
not.
people,
But
though.
outside of a hospital setting, yes.
That's why context is key. I don't even understand what this has to do with anything. Are you just trying to land a plane to be right on something? That all nudity is not sexual? Because we understand every single time a person is nude is not a sexual thing. Just like when you said about the doctor. If you got to get a mammogram, you have to pull your breast out for him or her, the doctor, right? To check your breast out. You're not whipping that titty out so they can look at your areolas. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's be for real. Let's just not try to win an argument for argument's sake.
Considered sexual. Like,
So
why
you
are
go
you
to a
getting
museum,
naked?
you be like,
Yeah, like shit. You be like that.
He's not talking about himself. He's speaking in general.
In general, like if somebody's naked outside of a medical facility, it's considered sexual.
So also too, do you think that like, so then since you think that nudity is always sexual, do you think that like breastfeeding in public is wrong and like that's also sexual?
What I just said, I told you what I said. What I say, because I know this is a strong debate on whether or not a woman should be able to breastfeed in public. I personally think yes, she got to feed her baby. Yes, I do think, however, she should do her best to cover up while she's doing it. In our society, you're not going to change society like that. This society thrives on sexuality. So for your safety as well, because as you may be doing something innocent like feeding your baby, you could have a pervert looking at you and now you've gotten him all, you know what I'm saying, aroused because your breast is out. Even though it's a baby involved, he probably didn't think about the baby, he's just looking at the breast. And this person may begin to desire you. And some funny stuff could happen. You know what I'm saying? For your safety, you should always cover up. Don't never not feed your baby, but just don't be having your breast exposed like that. Nah, it's okay. Yes, feed your baby, but cover yourself up while you're doing it.
Wrong.
That's good. That's good.
So do I
like that
think
one.
I'll answer
breastfeeding?
last.
So do I think breastfeeding in public is sexual
Or wrong.
or wrong? I do not, because for one, that's how you gotta feed the baby.
Exactly.
Breastfeeding has been around for decades. You know, that's actually.
Hold on, brothers. Hey, yo, my man said breastfeeding been around for forever. What do you mean for decades, bro? Breastfeeding is a natural occurrence of how a mother feeds the baby, bro. You ain't got to defend that point. Breastfeeding been around for decades. It's been around forever.
Well, the only reason why it's not considered normal because everybody's a perv in 2024.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, something like breastfeeding shouldn't be looked at as sexual, especially when it comes to feeding a baby, because the baby's not looking at it as sexual. The baby's just hungry with some food. But if you ask a grown man that, he might think it's sexual because he's a hornball. You know what
But
I'm
still,
saying?
it's not a sexual thing, though.
No,
She's just feeding
breastfeeding
her
is
baby.
not a sexual thing.
Exactly.
It's not a sexual thing. But a random person outside of the medical field.
So she's saying exactly to prove your point that all nudity is not sexualized. So what? That's not the context of what you're talking about. We're talking about, well, not we. They were talking about the context of exposing yourself, right, in an adult content type form, right? Is that right or wrong? You're taking it to an extreme level of a person being naked in front of a doctor. See, that proves my point. All nudity isn't sexualized. But we know that. I think anybody understands that. I think kids can understand that.
Out naked, that's sexual. Like, why are you naked? Like, why do you want me to see your private parts so bad? Do you want me to get turned on?
But we just thought of two very great examples that happen multiple times every single day where nudity is a very real thing.
Why do you think those are good examples? Why are those good examples? The intent behind those examples was not to be sexualized in the first place. A person who's even doing art, right? And they're showing their body, they're showing the beautifulness of the body, right? They're showing, think about, like, she brought up the Greek statues and all that kind of stuff. Why are the nipples always erect? Why? Because in the art and the beautification of the body and showing how beautiful it is, there's an arousal complex to that. You're admiring the curves. You're admiring the curves, and what else you got? The face and just the silhouette. They're admiring things. These things cause arousal, and it's a beautiful thing to watch and to see. It's a spectacle, right? So even in that, it's still being sexualized, but in a classy way, a art-driven way. Because what you don't see in Greek, in Greek statues, you don't see a 700-pound, no disrespect to the bigger women, but you don't see a 700-pound statue of a woman naked in Greece as art. Can you show me that somewhere in Greece? One of the statues that Mark Antony or somebody or Caesar had set up of a 700-pound woman just butt naked. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to get into a sexualized mindset when they're doing these things. Come on, man. Let's stop playing here. What are we talking about?
Not sexual, though, so I just think that nudity doesn't always have sexual intention.
Yeah, well, I'm about to kill your dreams
Yeah.
because you're wrong.
No.
So,
Well,
the
you're a
truth
guy, you
is-
gotta think. No,
I'm
not
speaking,
anatomy,
I'm
right?
speaking.
Y'all
Y'all
are
are
more
sensitive
sensitive
than girls.
Why would you be
naturally, so
naked outside,
you're-
though?
No, but I mean, like,
Y'all already
okay,
too
but, like,
hype.
if
Y'all are
it's
too
me
hype.
and him, and if it's me and him at a sleepover, and I have to get
Keep going,
changed
yeah.
right quick, like, and I'm naked in front of him, like, are you really gonna, like, really be like,
Why are you
oh,
getting
so
naked in front
fat?
of?
Yes, if we're at a sleepover, wait a minute. You just said, see what I'm saying? Your thought process about this is not making sense. If you and him were at a sleepover and you had to get naked right in front of, change clothes real quick and got naked in front of him, would he look at you like, yeah, yes, he is. He's gonna look If he's a straight heterosexual male, he's going to look. Yes. And here goes another question for you. If we're at a sleepover, why would you choose to get naked in front of me instead of going to the bathroom where you could be by yourself in the privacy where you're not trying to elicit any type of sexual energy, like you said, to anybody? You could have went to the bathroom and got changed real quick instead of changing in front of a heterosexual male who's going to look at your naked body. Why would you even put yourself in that situation? Come on now. Make it make sense.
No.
No,
I just feel like, why are you having a sleepover?
No, like if it's like
I think it's objectively. It's objectively.
Yes, exactly.
It's
like y'all thinking about it too deep.
Yeah,
like,
y'all are taking it
changing
too
in front of your
serious.
friend.
No, you're trying to go deep in a shallow pool. That's the problem. You're trying to go deep about this, and it's a very shallow pool. The understanding of what they're talking about, the context and what's being talked about is not deep. You're trying to go deep with some crazy analogies. If we're at a sleepover and I had to get changed real quick and had to get naked in front of you, does that, ma'am, why didn't you go to the bathroom? Why didn't you go to a separate bedroom? Why didn't you find privacy to change your clothes?
Not sexual. Like being naked really is not a sexual thing.
True.
Unless it's your own.
And if you flip that the other way, right? She's saying that's not a sexual thing being naked. So if you're at a sleepover, me and you at a sleepover, and I'm in the room with you, it's you and I in the room, we at a sleepover. If I get naked in front of you, that sounds crazy. You're going to be like, oh, what are you doing? You're not going to be like, oh, he just had to change his clothes real quick. Your first question will be, okay, what is he trying to do? Why is he exposing himself? Why does he want me to see his private areas? What is he trying to tell me? You get what I'm saying? Come on, let's be for real. That sounds crazy. If a guy says, yeah, with that sleepover, man, I had to get dressed real quick, so I got naked in front of her real quick. Thinking like, you did, dog? What happened? What happened after that? Because they know the signals is already being transmitted. What happened after that?
Really like, well, obviously,
Right, unless
it
you're
really depends on
taking
what
it
the person's
there.
intention is.
Yeah.
But people can be,
Yeah. Well,
people are gonna sexualize everything, but it's not about the
that's
person.
good
who's
living
naked.
in La La Land, but that's not reality.
So how about the locker room?
Listen,
But I
every time I
also-
real quick,
That part too.
time out.
I mean,
Everyone, be
that
quiet,
part.
real quick.
Okay.
When I'm speaking, every time I speak, you cut
sorry.
me off.
I'm so
We're
sorry.
We're gonna really need you to listen and pay
I know.
attention.
Can I-
Okay?
like, I don't-
We said it before.
She's doing it right. Are y'all watching this? How could you, if he says to you, you're cutting me off, you say sorry, right? And then as he continues to talk, you keep talking. You're not sorry. You can't control yourself. You lack self-control. You're not ready for conversations like this. Any conversation where you get triggered, you can't control yourself. That's what it is. You're triggered and you can't control yourself.
It's like, are you triggered? When I say it, did y'all hear it? I tried to speak twice to answer her question, and immediately she cut me off. Calm down, baby girl. It's okay. You know what I mean?
It's just like,
You'll be okay. It's all right.
You see, I'm sorry, but it's just like, so you still want to get in. Even though he's telling you, could you respectfully be quiet and respect my platform and allow me to speak? You're still trying to get words in. That's crazy work, man.
Oh, to shut down your dreams, you're 100% wrong. All of you ladies are wrong. Ease, you're wrong too. I'll explain why everyone is wrong. So, what's the first thing Adam and Eve felt or noticed when they bit the apple? They noticed that they were naked. Right? So when it's the intent, and it gets even more deeper than the intent. It's the nature of human beings, right? So we can say due to the circumstances, or if it's at a doctor's office, or if it's at a pajama party or something like that, breastfeeding and all of these things, all of that is fine and dandy, right? At the end of the day, this person may not be sexual aroused by it, but another person may be, meaning that we all have it in us to be sexually aroused, right? We all have it in us to do evils. We are all within sin. We all are capable of sin, right? Doing bad things. So with that being said, if all nudity is sexualizing, you get it? It wouldn't have been that case in one of the oldest books. If Adam and Eve, once they bit the apple, why did they didn't notice like, oh dang, I bit the apple. Well, that tastes good. They didn't notice their taste buds. They didn't notice anything. They was like, oh, I bit that apple. Oh wow, like I'm hungry. Maybe I want some more meat. All of these things they didn't notice. The first
no diddy.
they noticed it.
naked.
What the heck? Why am I naked? Dan, you looking kind of good, Eve. Adam, you looking good too. So yeah, it is sexualizing. Booyah. Don DeMarco.
No.
Can I have a question? They was already naked though. They was already naked though. In the garden though. They was already
It's
naked.
sexualizing.
They was already naked.
She keeps saying they was already naked. Clearly, we understand that. He's talking about the knowledge of them understanding that they're naked. Once they realized they were naked. Everybody knows they were naked in the Garden of Eden, if you're taking the story literal like that.
Until doubt
I don't
entered.
think
It's in humans' nature to sexualize.
Yeah,
But I feel like if you're really just but back to like the case of like a mother breastfeeding her child, if you sexualize that, then you're disgusting, and that's literally your own issues and your own problems.
Who
And
are you to
didn't
say
God
someone is?
say
Who,
in the
who are
Bible
you to say that that's disgusting?
No,
though?
because if you're sexualizing a baby
you gotta
and something
rethink.
involving
No
a
one said a
baby,
baby.
that's disgusting. A mother,
He said
no,
some
I
titties.
just said, but it's a baby involved. It's literally a child
It's
on the
natural.
boob.
Think about tribal times. Think about tribal times, how
We
they
could all
live.
say
People
it's
still
No. Tribal times, you can't bring tribal times in it. The reason you can't bring tribal times in it is because the society that they live in is not sexualized, right? The tribes live amongst themselves and the breasts are not sexualized. However, they have other forms of ways to sexualize women. Some tribes, the way the women do their hair, you know what I'm saying? The way that they have their teeth. I've seen some of these tribes where the women cut or make their teeth into like shark's teeth. And that's considered like a sexy thing for them. So there's still ways to beautify oneself, to exploit oneself, to find attractiveness in other things outside of breasts. So you really can't use tribes.
nowadays.
But at the end of the
that
day,
if your eyes, no.
okay,
There's
I'm gonna
still tribes
reverse
out there
it.
living.
Let's
Nah.
just use what you said.
Nah.
Time out.
Let me
Let's
see
use
my
your logic
Bible
real
verse.
quick.
You-
Let's just use your
Nah.
logic real quick.
Nah.
You just said that a mom breastfeeding is not sexualizing. It's nature. It's natural. So when you have sex, do guys suck on your titties?
Me
What?
personally,
Yeah, 'cause he's
Guys
in the
suck on
man.
your titties.
God
Of
is
course.
man and woman.
So if guys suck on your titties and your titties is out, obviously men can see your titties out. So obviously he will think either
gotta place
consciously
your
or
shit.
subconsciously, dang, them some nice titties, or dang, them titties lopsided. It's gonna be sexualized regardless.
I get your point of view.
You get the point.
I get their point and I get your point.
Because
as
the
well.
point hit harder.
context.
I get both.
My point hit to the root.
No,
It hits to the
But at
root.
the end of what he's
It's in
trying
our
to say
nature.
is at the end of the day, you may view it as, oh, it's just something basic like that, but another person will walk in and be like, damn, I have a boner now. Like one
It's in our
person will
nature.
be like, oh, that's just a nurse walking in, blah, 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 and they're changing somebody, and it's like, okay, this is my job. I'm not turned on by this. But another person will walk in, and for whatever sick reason, they're turned on. So that's sexual to them.
but
And
that's their own.
people be getting turned
But
on
that's,
to
that's,
issue,
that's,
Nah,
that's
it
a
isn't.
50-50
Listen.
balance,
Personal
though. That's-
issue.
You guys are both right.
No, at the end of the day, this
Thank
is an
you. Amen.
argument. It
Amen.
isn't. This is an
Amen.
You're
argument
both
about.
right,
Got
though.
it. This is an argument. It isn't.
No, they're both not right. They're both not right. No.
It's an argument about nurture versus nature. So nurture versus nature. She's saying things that we've been kind of
And let me say this. I have no problem with the women coming on any kind of podcast and spitting facts and being right. I'm going to say whoever's right or wrong. If the men are wrong, guess what? You wrong. If the women are wrong, guess what? You wrong. If they both right, you both right. In this case, I don't believe that both sides are right. I think the Cooley, what he's bringing out to me, he's spitting more facts and being more logical about the conversation. And so in this discussion, he is winning this discussion.
been nurtured into accept, right? I'm speaking about nature. It is in a man's nature to sexualize women. It is in a man's nature to view women as sexual.
And
It's in your
and
nature,
you're
the woman's
right.
nature,
Okay.
to
There's-
view things.
again,
Wait,
but
real quick,
what
real
she's
quick.
saying isn't wrong
I got
either.
it. Real quick. I'm not talking about. Listen, this is a nature versus nurture argument, right? So all I'm saying that what she's saying, yeah, someone can be nurtured into thinking by society and social norms to be like, oh, it's just a woman's breastfeeding, you know, it's socially acceptable now. Nature always wins. If the dude is horny enough, he ain't get cheeks in a while, that them titties gonna be like, even being breastfed, gonna be like, damn.
American Pie. If you see an American Pie, you know what I'm talking about. If he's horny enough. You ever seen a movie called American Pie?
Nice titties. You get what I'm saying? So nurture, I mean, nature always wins. That's the root cause of it.
I'm gonna add to that too. There are a lot of women also that'll walk in and they'll see that and think it's completely disgusting right away. And I don't I don't know why, and I agree it's mother baby, you know. But at the same time, we're programmed to be like, naked isn't okay. So it's like, again, there's 2 point of views here, and they're both right and they're both wrong.
No, well, no.
It just
Nature
comes down.
tells
How are both points of views going to be both right and both wrong?
that it's
I
wrong.
know, but it comes down to context.
No, she's really spitting though, because
It
it's
comes
really
down
about
to
context.
It comes down to
We already
context.
went.
Now you want to talk context? Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Context, baby girl. The context is nurture versus nature. People can be socially constructed to have a belief to accept something, right? But your nature, from the first two people on this planet Earth, Adam and Eve, they even knew, oh, our nature is to cover up because we're naked, right? Why did they cover up? They weren't cold or anything. They was like, wait, this is my parts, my body parts. This shouldn't be shown. This is something that's sacred. This shouldn't be shown out to the public. Let me cover up. So yeah, man. Anyways, let's get anyone else on this topic, or get to the super chats, or no?
Because the Bible
Okay,
said that don't mean it's right.
She's in super chats. All right.
I'm gonna just say that. Just
Who
because the
wrote the
Bible said that
Bible?
don't mean it's right. Just, you know,
Yeah.
You're saying, oh, that they're not cold. Maybe they was cold.
Gotta know.
I'm just saying.
I'm just literally going
had no
back
heat back
in
then.
Gotta know how to read
history,
it.
like something that's thousands of years old.
Bible
Somebody said they ain't had no heat back then. They was in the Garden of Eden. Everything they ever wanted and desired was provided for them. They were not cold. There was no sense of being out of your element, out of your body. They didn't experience any pain, any fear, any nothing. You know what I'm saying? Anything outside of blissfulness and joy, according to the biblical context. The scriptures.
You gotta read it though. You gotta know how to read it though.
But the Bible also
What
says
book
something
do you know
about
that's older?
No.
You can name one. I know other books that's older than the Bible, but can you name one?
You know, wisdom is associated to women, not men, right? You knew that?
Y'all ain't showing it today.
Wait, time out.
Well, y'all think y'all know
Because
something. Y'all don't think
because
y'all
it's a
don't think y'all know. I'm just saying.
Because
Yeah, I
they both
came-
start with a W. What's your
No.
logic to this?
Do you obviously don't read the Bible because wisdom is associated to a female in the book of Proverbs.
No, she's right.
He says she.
No. She's right. Cooley, if you don't agree with this, you might have to go back and read Proverbs. She is very right. Wisdom crieth out, and it uses the female. It's a feminine noun for wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And it is a lot of times in Proverbs, it is associated with the feminine trait. The wisdom is, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That is fine. Because think about that. The presence of the Most High is considered to be more masculine. And if the Most High created wisdom, the creator, the source of all things, is still more attributed to have masculine. You know what? I'm going deep. I'm trying to go deep in shallow waters. Let me shut up. If you get what I was trying to say, you get what I was trying to say. Now I'm being like her right here. Now, see, you got to know when to land your plane and just, you know what? I'm going too deep in some shallow water. We ain't got to go that deep. She is right though that in the Bible, when you read Proverbs, wisdom is attributed as a female entity. It is.
God associates wisdom to a woman, so you obviously don't read the
Okay,
Bible.
how?
I just found out because Proverbs is one of the biggest books. Proverbs and
What's
Psalms.
the verse?
Then the Old Testament and New Testament. The verse, Proverbs 3 and 5. Proverbs.
What does it say?
Proverbs 3 and 5 is probably something about trust in the Lord with all your.
Nah, let me get the script, bro. It's a scripture that talk about wisdom. It's in Proverbs though. I used to know these scriptures that top of my head like crazy. She crieth out in the street, something like that. Like, who will hear her when she cries out in the streets? Cried out in the streets. Proverbs 1:20. It says, wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. Wisdom is crying out in the streets. Her voice is loud in the open places. So that's what she's referring to. That wisdom is associated with the feminine, which is nothing wrong with that. What? So great. Great. But to possess wisdom is something different. Right? And when she says that wisdom is not attributed to men, that's foolish as hell. It tells you how wise Solomon was, how wise King David was. You know what I'm saying? So to possess the wisdom is something different. But there's nothing wrong with wisdom being affiliated with a woman to me. Because like I said before, we need each other. Now, when you're going to talk the Bible, it's a hierarchy, though. In the Bible, there's a system put in place, but the system does not lessen each other because we need each other. We were put here to help each other. You know, Eve was put here to help Adam. As they fell from the garden, guess what? We need each other. We need each other, man.
And lean on to your own understanding, probably something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's the beginning of Proverbs. Is
verse
immediately
3, verse 3, chapter 5. Like, what is it?
Chapter 3, verse 5, something like that. That's a very popular one.
Okay, and it talks about a woman being wise.
Well, just to begin, like if you go to
now, I will say Proverbs also talks about how it's dealing with the quarrelsome woman. How it's better to be on a rooftop than living in a crib with a quarrelsome woman. It's better to be living outside the house than to be in a crib with an angry woman. So it's all, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of Proverbs is a bunch of wise sayings. You know what I'm saying? They're wise sayings that was passed down. So, you know, you're supposed to learn from them sayings, but I don't think that helps the point what you're making about, hey, well, did you know that wisdom belongs to a woman? I don't see what that has to do with the conversation, but she's right.
1, 2 is probably going to already be talking about wisdom being a woman. Yeah.
Okay. No, a woman being wise, or wisdom is a woman.
Yes.
Oh, that's
wisdom
what you
cries
think?
in the streets, and who hears her? Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. That's Proverbs 120.
Wisdom cries in the
street,
you
and who
interpreted that. Oh.
No, he says it's a woman.
This is funny.
Read it.
No, baby girl. All women is barely mentioned in the
chat. I know they're blowing it up, bro.
I'm speaking, baby girl.
I'm sorry.
Women is barely mentioned in the Bible.
Ooh,
most of the stories are about men.
Why would you say, hold on, why would you say you sorry and just keep doing it over and over? Like, if you got a plane to land, let them finish talking and go back in.
King Solomon, all of these guys was wise men. God even said, you know,
were astrologers too.
So what? What does that got to do? What the point y'all talking about? They were that's giving them more wisdom, right? If you saying, come on, man.
I'm so sorry.
Like, when you were speaking, if this happens again, I'm gonna have to let you go.
That's okay. I might have to go.
You may have to go.
And I love all of y'all though, for real, I really do. But I might have to because I'm uncontrollable when it comes to God.
Okay, are you out?
Yeah.
No, you was uncontrollable before he even mentioned God. From the jump of this clip, every time he spoke, you was cutting him off and cutting him off and cutting him off. Before we even got into the conversation about God, you was already uncontrollable.
Okay, let's get you up out of here. All right,
and it's you that can't control yourself. That's the crazy part.
So I don't want to do that.
Yeah, let's go.
But
Bye.
I love all of y'all though.
Cool. Keep it on camera, one, and then you can walk around.
The basket is right there on the chair to the left. With the phone in it.
Yeah, keep it on two. Yeah, cool.
Can I add to that?
Yeah, you get you up out of here. Let her. He's gonna walk her out real quick because he's not switching the camera real quick, and then he's gonna come back, and then you can add. So just keep your thought.
Okay.
Can I switch over?
Oh yeah, I'll have you switch. Actually, you can go now. Yeah.
It's all about
something crazy about to happen. Remember, said she rage quits. She might come back on screen.
So
yeah,
everybody's different.
Yeah, that chick. It was. I mean, annoying. She was like a kid. Like, yo, you kid. Like, it was crazy. I was like, wait. I'm gonna speak, and then she starts talking. When I speak, it was like literally everything that I said triggered her, and she was talking nonsense. The Bible doesn't talk about wisdom being a woman.
Googled it, it didn't say that.
She was lying. Like, what did she talk? I was about to rip her to shrink.
No, brother, no. The context in which she's speaking of, and I even think the Ruach. Let me look up the Ruach real quick, man. Here we go. The Ruach, which is the spirit. The Ruach is the spirit, right? In Hebrew, the word for spirit, the Ruach, is in nearly all cases feminine. You might not know that. It's okay. But you know what I'm saying? That she's right about that. She could be right about some stuff, man. Even though she had no self-control, the one thing she was right about this whole show was that.
That's why she really wanted to go, because I was picking at everything she was saying in the Bible. Like, yo, she want to have these biblical discussions. She'll get ripped. But hey, chat, we do it live. It is what it is. We had to kick that annoying chick off. She kept interrupting, which is very disrespectful. You can tell she wasn't raised without any father at all. Not to say that other girls wasn't, but y'all are acting, very good and respectful today. But Sometimes some chicks is just they be wild.
I didn't even know it was gonna be her, but hey.
Yeah, I had a feeling right off the first 10 minutes.
So I did come late, so
I'm talking about 10 minutes is just doing a podcast.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what's going on? Why she keep
Can I add to that though? Just at the beginning of the Bible, because I've been reading the Bible, and I haven't gotten far in it, but I just want to say if women like had all the wisdom, I mean, why would Eve eat the apple? And then she fed it to Adam too. So,
all right. So you just reading the Bible. You just starting. So I'm gonna tell you, Proverbs comes later. Proverbs are wise sayings. These you got to remember Adam and Eve in the context of the biblical narrative, depending on which perspective you take, because some people don't believe Adam and Eve to be a literal story. But if you take it for a literal story, right, this all happens after. You know what I'm saying? The wisdom and stuff that they gained after they ate the apple. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge of good and evil came after. So.
Yeah.
Give me some.
Yeah. I was about to get all up in it too, but she was out. She ran. Like, it was just crazy, bro. Like, and it's not to say that women don't have wisdom. Yeah, they are. All human beings are capable of good things, men and women. It's not to say that, but she was just talking nonsense. Like, women are barely mentioned in the Bible. It's like a few women's names in the Bible, and they don't even have a main story even focused on them. Maybe like two of them, but the stories are real short. Everyone else it's men, and it's about wise men. So.
Well, that's for a reason too, because if you're going to say that, first of all, we got to understand that back in ancient times, the man's role was, sorry, ladies, it was in that society, those times, it was way more important. The men's roles was the handing down of legacy, of land, of riches was always given to the son. You know, the son was to, keep the legacy going. So it's the reason why in ancient cultures, though, especially when you're going with the Hebraic culture, it's the reason why it was everything given to the men, and plus the hierarchy and why men are spoke of more than women. But that does not make women of less importance. You know what I'm saying?
She's talking nonsense. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if
what happened to the rage quit? I thought she was finna come back and go off. Where was the rape, man? Hey, yo, Cooley, bro. Why you clickbait me, bro? He got us, y'all. He clickbaited us this time, man. Come on, man. What was the rage quit? There was no rage quit, man. But hey, if y'all want to check out the whole episode, go to No Fugazi Podcast and check out Cooley and his homeboy. Sorry, bro. I forgot your name, bro. I just know Cooley because I see most of his clips a lot. Yeah, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. Follow my page, man. And let's keep this thing going. Till next time. Peace.